Good evening, everyone. This is Greg Sharp here with Erica and DeVon Rodgers from Phoenix, Arizona. We've been reminiscing here for the past few minutes, having a few chuckles about the hard times we had together during the economic downturn.
Yes.
But some great accomplishments as well. So let's start off with, go back to the beginning. You guys being in the Midwest and you moved to Arizona. Tell us about how you guys got started together and got all this going here in real estate.
So yeah, like Greg said, we got married in '99, and we kind of gave ourselves a 5-year plan type of thing. We always have wanted to, we've always set goals for ourselves. So our 5-year plan was to buy our first home and to relocate to a warmer climate. And so we were contemplating California or Phoenix. Well, I had a relative that lived in Phoenix, and so that kind of just worked out that we decided that we would go take a visit. And at that time I was in banking, and so it was just great for me to be able to just transfer and get, apply for a position here, and it worked out. Well, that 5-year plan actually turned into 4. So we were able to do all this in 4 years of being married. So that was huge for us. So yeah, we relocated, wanted to be able to let our kids grow up somewhere different than where we were from. And so that's kind of how that started in round to us moving and relocating out here back in 2003. Devon was kicking and screaming because he didn't want to leave his family, but he knew it was the best thing, for us and for our family. So that was, how we ended up out here. I've always had a passion for real estate. And so I always used to have dreams as a little girl owning apartment complexes. I used to have people tell me all the time that I was going to be very well off, and didn't see that then. And so I was just would laugh and say, okay. And then I had a high school teacher try to recruit me straight out of high school to become a realtor. She's like, you're going to be a realtor. You'll be great. I want you to go to real estate school. And I was just like, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to go to college and major in business. And no. And so I fought it for a while. I fought it for a while. So we moved out here. It came up again. Our cousins was doing, real estate, wanting to do real estate. And so it just kept coming up. And I was just like, okay. So I gave up the fear in 2009 and got my real estate license. And, it's been amazing ever since. But prior to getting my license, of course, we were in property management and flipping houses on our own. That's how we started with that. Bought our first flip, and then we moved into bought another one, and then was it 2? We had a house in Mesa, and we in a condo. That's what it was. Yeah, we flipped a house in 6 months, and that was during the boom. So everybody was doing that. You pretty much had a pulse. You were able to get a house. So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so the market was good. We made really good money during that time, and then like I said, 2007. That's when we met, you and Teresa, and started doing property management. And it was definitely, we learned a lot. It was great. Lots of experience and stories to tell with tenants and stuff. And so that definitely, we remember all those phone calls and, writing, sending the 5-day notices, the evictions, all that fun stuff.
Doing business.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Taught us how to go down to the city for permits, what type of permits, who to talk to.
Yeah. We learned a lot. We did.
Yeah. So the two of you were working real estate at the time together, weren't you?
Yes, we were. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And how did you manage that with, real estate's not a consistent income. And how did that work out with two of you in real estate? Was that kind of scary at times, or?
Well,
it was,
but the thing was, during the boom in the economy, a lot of houses that we were managing were from out of town investors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they were brand new build houses.
Exactly.
Brand new build houses. So
And it was busy. I mean,
yeah,
it definitely was busy. I mean, we had a lot of clients. We did, and like I said, during that time, we networked and met a lot of vendors. And again, when the fire happened at the on Palm Lane, that is when DeVon stepped into like project management mode and start learning about that. And he met a lot of, vendors, and they knew people who had, clients or looking for people that were wanting to lease out properties. And so, yeah, it definitely, it was good. It definitely good. But we had our moments where we were just like, does one of us need to go back and get a job?
Yeah. It didn't hit us until the real estate market collapsed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's when it all kind of like
came to reality.
Yeah. Now, we know what the fire on Palm Lane meant between us, but since we've got other people that are watching, can you elaborate on that a little bit? You were managing 2 buildings that were a 3-unit and a 4-unit side by side.
Yeah.
And what was the occupancy like? What were the tenants like? And then what happened with the fire?
Well, the neighborhood wasn't the baddest neighborhood, but it wasn't the greatest neighborhood. And you're dealing with people, that's not on the right side of owning or really concerned about their living. You got people, how can I say, that were taking advantage of you all, also, you and Teresa, that was taking advantage of you all. So we had to get them out, we had to start over, trying to get it rented out to a certain group of people that would stay there and also respect the property.
Yeah, and pay.
And pay.
That was the goal.
That was the goal.
Just to get good people in there that were working and, and wanted to, and especially when the fire happened, and then once the remodel took place, that was really a huge goal of Devon and I, was to get good people in there.
The property still had potential.
Yeah, the property had great potential. It was the way that it was shaped in the lot, but it was a huge lot, and it definitely had a lot of potential. And people, once they actually saw that the units were being renovated and remodeled,
that's right.
People wanted to come and live there. So yeah.
And the fire, that was one of the tenants tried to burn it down, right?
Yeah. One of the ones we evicted. I know it was him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was ironically like right after he got evicted, that happened. Crazy.
Yeah, and then that's when you turned to project management. You turned that into a networking opportunity, it sounds like.
Yes, he did. He actually started doing project management for quite a few other investors that had small projects or that were doing some remodel of their particular units. So that, that kind of, skyrocketed for him as well. And then, so more so than when he was doing that, then that's when I was able to help and come in and deal with more of the tenants and all of the other, back end stuff with the management company. So yeah, that was good.
And DeVon, what are you doing today? What's your job? You're no longer in real estate.
Also, I work for Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. Still, I enjoy it, but it's certain things that you want to do that you find more babe?
Passionate, maybe?
More passionate, I guess you could say, about. Real estate has always been, I've always pushed it on Erica because she's always been the spoken one, and, I'm always in the back, just, trying to see what's going on and how can I help her in any way that I can. Basically, I'm her helper. Whatever she needs, I'm her helper.
You handled a lot of the good stuff, and you had a lot of the skills and the presence.
whatever it takes to get the, to get the property up and going, because every property is worth something.
Yeah.
If you just get it up, get it going, and put it out there to the right people, every property can cash flow.
Yeah, that's true.
And I told you before we started the call, I was going to ask you about from the sheriff side of things to the property management. You're on different sides of the people.
Yeah.
What are some of the lessons you've learned on both sides of the fence about how to manage people, manage properties, and just deal with tough situations?
With people, everybody, when they first meet you, they have a shiny book cover. Everybody has a shiny book cover. You have to sit there and you have to, go into the credit and the history of, if they're renting or if they bought, you got to talk to them. You get people to open up, tell you a little bit about themselves, their history, their past, and why do they want to live here? What is it? The location, is the property, is the area, and really all that is into one of why you would have a person staying at a certain property.
And then on the law side.
And then on the law side, people want to be safe. They want to stay in they don't want to stay in a drug-infested neighborhood. They want to stay in a nice, representable neighborhood that they can see themselves raising their kids in, them going to work every day. The house is safe. Nobody's breaking in the houses. The neighbor's not breaking in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very nice. And so did you go into being a sheriff fairly quickly after the downturn happened?
No, actually, I've owned a couple of barbershops, cutting hair. That's my thing. That's always been a thing of mine, cutting hair. I've owned a couple of shops, but, I would get a shop, model it, get it going maybe for 2 years, then I'll sell it for a profit.
Mm-hmm.
So you really are an entrepreneur.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was going to say. He's always had that entrepreneur spirit in him, wanting to work for himself. So, and when he went to that's what he did before, or like a little bit after the market, when it crashed, he went to barber school. So, and he's a very good barber. So, I guess I always tell him, like, I guess God gave us boys for a reason, because he never was a barber.
You save thousands of dollars by cutting their own hair.
Yes, exactly, right? They laugh at him after every time he cuts their hair. He always says, where's my tip? And they just laugh at him and walk away.
Yeah, just wait. They'll appreciate that later.
Exactly, and that's what we tell them. Like, okay, you're going to be paying somebody one day.
Yep. I kind of tell that to my kids too.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So it's definitely been good. So, but we're definitely excited about where we are going moving forward in regards to what we want to do with getting back into fixing and flipping properties. During that downturn, like I said, we ended up having to short sell our own property.
That's right.
And it's definitely been a learning experience, and fighting and crawling our way back. And we're so blessed that we just closed on our home I'll say a little bit over a month and a half ago, end of May. And so that was kind of like our stone is like, okay, once we, come back homeowners again, we're definitely not going down a lot of roads that we went down before.
Congratulations on the new home, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And so, but we're excited to get back going. We've already requested a tax ID this week and got our LLC going. We're ready. We're definitely
reaching out to contractors. Electricians, plumbers, things of that. Just letting them know, hey, I'm getting back into it, man, and I would appreciate, I really want to do some business with you. Just, making those connections again.
Yeah, exactly.
People like, hey, hey, you did good business. We've done good business with you. Hey, we look forward to it.
Yep.
Well, you know that I'm good for maybe a little bit of money.
That's all we need is a little bit of money, Greg.
You ready this time, Greg? Everybody come to the table.
Yeah,
but I've got friends.
Nice. That's even better too.
So,
yeah.
I would love to work with you guys again doing stuff in Phoenix. How's the market there? What's looking really good for the market?
Right now, I mean, besides it's not just the weather that's hot here. I mean, this market right now, Greg, is
That's
ridiculous.
Right. Even though we're dealing with the COVID, real estate is still moving.
Very much so. It's a seller's market, I will say that. But we have buyers, and we have lots of them. Tons are coming from California. Again. And then just with so much stuff that they're building just in Goodyear alone, I mean, they have, I think UPS opened up a plant here years ago in Tempe. State Farm moved their whole headquarters here. Amazon has tons of warehouses here. Bill Gates, the Microsoft, that's going in Buckeye. So it's quite a few things that, and Phoenix has a lot of stuff going on. And people are just flocking here. I mean, really, they are. I mean, so with the interest rates being very low, and I think they just recently dropped again to below 3, buyers are definitely, out there. And it's taken about a month now, so to speak. I would usually have somebody under contract within a week or two of looking. And now it's taken about a month just because it's so competitive and it's so many buyers out there fighting for the same house. So that's why I say this is definitely a good time to get back in, to get going, because our market's doing very well out here.
Now, you're not just your run-of-the-mill average realtor. I mean, you're a 6-figure realtor in Phoenix. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
And,
thank you. Yes.
How long did it take you to get there? I mean, or actually, let's not talk about how long, but what were the secrets? What got you to that volume?
She started from the bottom, Greg.
Yeah.
started from the bottom, short sales.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. I got my license when the market was tanked. And I didn't tell anybody that I was going to real estate school. It was so funny. I didn't tell anybody. The only person that knew was DeVon. And so when I got my license, and I finally told everybody, my mom was like, this market is ridiculous. It's like, why would you go get a real estate license now? And I'm just like, because this is my dream. I'm going to do it. So I got the license, and it did. And I was looking at some other closing documents getting organized about 2 weeks ago. I sold a $15,000 property in 2010. I was just like, know what the commission was on that, okay? Okay. But I laugh at that because people are like, you're crazy for trying to get, for wanting to get back in, but it's definitely paid off. But 2 years ago, I left the brokerage that I was at. I was with Realty One Group, and I left, and I just wanted to change. I wanted something different, and I grew a lot. I love the brokerage. I love the broker. She was phenomenal. But at the time, I just was ready for a change. I felt like I had been there, and I had been there for 8 years, and I wasn't growing. And so I found out about a guy, a team lead, who that was there at the time, but found out that he had left, and him and another guy who's the broker where I'm at now, Justin Thorstad at Libertas, they basically teamed up together and started a new brokerage. And so I was like one of the first agents that they hired, and they're like, you're going to do great things here. We want you here. We love your, your attitude and your spirit. You're going to do great things. And so I learned a lot of where to put my marketing dollars. I started marketing smarter, instead of just spinning my wheels. And I just became very intentional about where I was marketing, who I was marketing to, really, really stand in front of my database and my people, loving on them which that's huge and that's important in real estate. And real estate, honestly, Greg, is about relationships. So that even just is a test to the relationship that we have with you. Even though we haven't spoken, in probably about 5 or 6 years, it's the fact that I knew that I could reach back out to you to say, hi, how's it going? And vice versa, and same for you to reach out to us. And so I definitely think that that's the biggest piece as to why my business grew to a 6-figure income, because I love people, I love what I do, and educating, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm more into educating the buyers and the sellers about what's going on in the market. And, so that's been huge. And so that's how I end up getting to where I'm at. And I didn't even realize that that's where I was at. When I realized it, I was like, no, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that. They was like, no, yeah, you did. So yeah, it's been good. It's definitely been good. And I've had a great year, even just now. And a lot of people were calling me, is the market going to tank? Are we going to go back to 2008? I'm like, no, we're not, because we have a healthy market now. Thank God.
Yeah.
that sellers have is real equity. So a lot of people are asking, how's the market doing? Well, I just ask them a question back. What market are you talking about? Because it's different markets. Are you talking about a condo market or, single family? Like, it's not just the market. It's what market are you talking about?
Right. Now, I've been taking notes as you've been speaking, and I see a book here because you talked about having the dream, then you set the goals, then you gave up the fear, you networked and you leveraged. You have to have the right attitude, and you've got to be focused.
Yes.
I mean, these are all the elements that every successful person has.
Yes. Yes.
And you've exemplified that, and it's gotten you to where you're at now. But I think you've got a bigger dream ahead of you. What is that big dream that's next?
The big dream, that's what you keep saying, but my biggest dream is I want to start a foundation. I am going to start a foundation, and it's going to be called A House for Everyone. And the theme of that is I want to be able to give people homes. So when DeVon and I start fixing and flipping these properties, and of course we're going to make money doing that, I'm going to be putting funds aside and then also partnering with different people, because home ownership to me is very important. And a lot of people want that, but sometimes people don't know how to take the steps to do it. And a lot of times some people may not make enough money to do it. So I want to be able to give back to that family who's long home ownership, but works every day, doesn't make a lot of money, but wants to still be able to have the same dream that everyone else has of being a homeowner. And for me to be able to do that for somebody, and for us to be able to pour back and give back to so many different families, that's the bigger dream. That's the bigger piece of it.
I was just reading some statistics that said homeowners have 20 times the net worth of non-homeowners.
Wow.
So it's a poverty battler too.
Yep, it is,
so,
for sure. Yes, it is.
And so that's the foundation. What help do you want with that? What would help you take the next step on the foundation right now?
Wow. Let's see. Probably, definitely some partners. I would definitely love to be able to partner with some people who would love to be able to get involved with that. I actually, I know of people that are at my church that fit that category in regards to just always talking about being able to and wanting to own a home, but they just know they'll never be able to afford it. And so to hear stuff like that, it just breaks my heart. And I just encourage them that don't say that you're going to be able to own a home one day. You don't know how God's going to open up a door. So, but just being able to partner with the right people, and that's important, is to, putting the pieces together, so to speak, in the puzzle. That would be huge.
And what are the right people looking like? Do you need benefactors? Do you need people to have experience, can make connections, or what's it look like?
Yeah, definitely. If we can, have some people, yeah, the benefactors would be good if they're, and even if people want to be silent partners, I'm totally fine with that too. Yeah, I would definitely be open to meeting with anyone that's interested in being able to make something like this happen.
Okay, that's another conversation we're going to have offline. I've got some
Okay,
ideas
for
for you.
sure. Yes.
And how about your dream of apartments? Are you going to be flipping houses? Are you going to be going after apartments anytime soon?
I actually, yeah, Devon wants to get into doing some fourplexes because we kind of want to be able to do a little bit of both. We want to flip, and then we also want to be able to buy and hold so we can, have some cash flow and some income coming in as well, that can kind of like replace his job, so to speak. Because I know at some point he's going to want to be able to walk away from the shares, and that's okay. And so, yeah, so that's kind of where we are in terms of being able to do both. It's kind of like, stockpile some cash with some flips, and then also buy maybe some fourplexes, some multiple family units that will be able to have maybe 4 units, or, and then also, there's another agent in my office that kind of has talked to me about doing some Airbnb, getting a few condos that are already furnished and leasing those out, because we have so many different things that come to Phoenix, the Phoenix Open, the spring training, and he leased out his, he was supposed to lease it out this year, but that didn't happen, but that's okay because of COVID. But I already know of people who have been successful with being able to lease out to the, not the Brewers, who comes here, the Cleveland Indians, the Sox. So all those managers reach out to her, and she'll go stay in a hotel, or she'll go visit her kids in Chicago, and she'll lease her condo out for the 6 or 7 months that they're here.
Wow.
Yeah, for like $3,500 a month, and she owns her condo free and clear. So that's all profit. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Now, I do have a question. You've talked about how hot the market is there, but you have said something that kind of intrigued me. You said that you're getting investors from California again. Is that kind of like a hint that the market might be changing?
We caught that.
Yes. And I do, and I'm not saying it in the terms of, it's going to be a bad thing for, for the market, but at some point our market is going to turn. And so I know that just from being in real estate and also experiencing it from my own experience when the market was up, and then finally it came down. So, but I think this time, we're going to level. I don't really foresee that we will tank like we did back in 2008-9. I see us being more level, because we're going to have to top out at some point. And so that's good. And it'll be healthy, but I do think that when that happens, those investors that have kind of been waiting for a better deal, so to speak, they'll reap the benefits. So my broker always says, and I believe him when he says that winter is coming, and it is.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and knowing that winter never follows winter. So when it drops, it's going to turn around. It won't just be all bad. It'll go back up again. So that'll be good. But yeah. So, and I feel good that when that happens, that I have enough experience that it's not going to affect me anyway, because I know how to work short sales. I did it for the majority of my career. So when those come, I'll be ready.
Yeah, you've been down and dirty when it's been tough.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So do you feel really smart now compared to where you were 10, 15 years ago?
Is that what you think? Yeah.
Well, think of what you knew when we first met and what you know now. There's a big difference, isn't there?
It is a huge difference. It is a huge difference. And that's one reason why I have new agents that call me. And I love it. I love helping people. I do. I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody grow. And being able to share, the knowledge that I have, not just, from, a lot of it is experience, but it's been real good. And I feel real good about it to be able to give back so the other part of the piece too, when I start this foundation, DeVon is telling me to get my broker license, which I may consider doing, but if I can just have a team of agents, a few, that I'll be able to just give those deals leads to, for them to work up, and I'll just do a split with them. And that way because I want to be able to focus on that once this foundation starts, and I'd be able to start doing that and really getting in deep into it. And especially with the flips, I know I'll have to be more hands-on with that, going out, looking at properties. We learned that from you, Greg. Shout out. I have a system now. We got letters that we're going to send out. And so, yeah, we're ready.
Very good. So we're right at the end of our 30 minutes here.
Yes.
Is there something that I should have asked you but didn't, that you have to offer somebody else?
Let's see. Let me think. You got anything, babe? I think you covered a lot, Greg. And let me think. Let's see.
Yeah, we got a good neighborhood that we got our eye on right now to start doing flips in not a low income, but a working class type of neighborhood.
Yes, exactly. I want to share that with you offline.
An eye on it.
Yeah, we'll definitely let you know about that one.
Let you know about it.
Maybe I would say, what didn't you ask? Did we regret anything that happened? Maybe.
That's a good one. Do tell.
Everything was a learning experience.
For sure.
I mean, Greg, you taught us so much in that time, about how to deal with people, how to look for, renters and stuff like that. And like I said, how to go down to the city, pull this permit,
how to find those diamonds in the rough.
Those diamonds in the roughs, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have learned. We definitely learned that from you. And when we find it, DeVon always says, "That's what Greg Sharp taught me."
Well, this is supposed to be about you, but I'll take the extra strokes.
You gotta get credit too, because we learned a lot from you. I'm totally honest. Yeah. We learned a lot from you. We appreciate it.
How to do what was that? The electrical bill. How to Greg show us with the electrical bill, how to figure out the monthly electric at our property.
Oh,
remember he showed us that?
Oh yeah, spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets.
Yeah, but you know what I really appreciated the most about you is the things you said that you've learned and that you have in your life is that you're focused. You have the right attitude.
Yes.
You do network and leverage things. You gave up the fear. And the reason I worked with you is because you are fearless. Mm-hmm. You weren't afraid to step into something that you didn't know.
Right.
And you guys performed really well, and you continue to do well.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of what you've done. And actually, there have been moments when you've done a lot better than me too. And there are things I can learn from you now too. You continue.
Well, we appreciate that. We're so humble and we're so grateful for that. And I just know that we got back in touch with you at the right time and for a reason. And I'm excited about it. I definitely am.
Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about the foundation offline, but we should probably wrap this up. And next week we'll have another an expert exchange here with some other people that have done equally well. And
awesome.
Look forward to seeing everybody next week. So thank you, DeVon.
Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Yes, right.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.